Hello. Love.
Love.
And salutations.
I thought we were going to do the...
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. I thought we were doing this.
I forgot. I apologize for those.
I wasn't
of
going to
you-
say anything.
For those of you just tuning in, at one point this was the thing. Now this is the thing.
A little grab from Spaceballs. If you haven't seen the show last month, watch it.
Yes,
Watch it.
I will say I don't want to give. No, I won't give anything away. Forget I said anything.
Okay. Something's going on, but no. Secret's being
Speaking of
kept.
something going on, Krystle, are we allowed to acknowledge your recent?
Oh, yes.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you.
Krystle is the USA. She represented our proud country over in Australia Lego Masters.
Yes. And took home the trophy, took home the gold. So
Nice.
it will come
Winner
soon.
of
It's not here yet.
the
not here yet.
US.
Is that a placeholder behind you?
Yes, actually, yes. It will go right here. There'll be a shelf to raise them up a little bit.
Nice.
So tune in next month to see whether or not
The trophy has
Krystle's got
arrived.
her statue on display.
So we got a world champion amongst our mix, you slackers.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck up.
Ralph, what can we make the biggest comic book? Can that be like the Guinness Book of World Records, and we just make it in the parking lot or something?
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a good question. What is the biggest comic book ever?
And
made?
it takes 10 people to flip one page.
It's like the grounds crew from the the Philadelphia Phillies, like they roll out the tarp. They just roll out a big comic
That
book.
would be awesome.
That would be really cool,
I would
actually.
say
That's a great idea, Noah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to find the biggest printer in the world.
Correct.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm just the idea guy. I don't work in the actual execution.
Okay.
Oh, real quick. So I just got off of Twitch, and we are going to be doing the Lego giveaway next movie club. And do you have to be here for this movie club to enter?
Not for the upcoming Lego one. So
how do you enter that one? Do you have to be live next time?
So basically, for those of you watching, wondering what the heck they talking about, we recently started these campaigns where pretty much super easy to participate. All you have to do is like the most recent episode of Movie Club. For an example, that would be this one here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and then comment on that latest episode of Movie Club with your personal ranking of the movie that we reviewed. So last month we viewed Spaceballs. Do you want me to just announce the winner right now while we're talking about it?
Might as well.
The one we already had?
So we'll go from each month. So last month.
Wait, don't announce the winner for last. And if we haven't already announced it, wait till the end of the show to announce it.
All right, I'll wait until the end of the show.
Yeah.
Well said. Let's fix that on the schedule. But yeah, so moving forward, and we'll announce all that at the end of tonight's stream, is basically how you can participate in these giveaways. We've had 3 successful giveaways so far. Shout out to Neil Veray and I believe it was Adam Tillman who won the month previous. And we have another winner tonight. So stick around until the end because we will be announcing, and it could be you. So if you are one of Krystle's superstar fans, we'll be explaining more shortly.
Perfect.
How's that?
Perfect.
But as of this panel, she's the biggest winner here.
She's got the trophy. It's in the mail.
Yes.
So if you want to be a winner like Krystle, you got to enter.
Yeah, I like that.
Do
Do it.
All right, so let's talk Blade Runner.
Yes.
The running of the blades.
it. Runner.
We did
So-
watch the Ryan Gosling cut, right?
Which cut?
Ryan Gosling.
Stop. I hope you're not
I'm kidding.
I
would
will
like- I
say,
would rather done the Ryan Gosling one.
so I went to
I love
Amazon
the original
Prime.
too, but
It was good. The original's fine. I'm just saying I like 2049.
it's
Yeah.
fine.
I love 2049.
I will say also right now with our wallpaper, it looks like Brian is smoking the cigarette.
Mhm.
Like when you've got your arm down. Hello.
Nice.
Someone please screenshot that.
Yeah, so I had rented off Amazon Prime what they told me was the Blade Runner final cut. And maybe 20 minutes in, I heard the voiceover that they do, the pre-recorded stuff. And I was like, this isn't the final cut. Like, how can they get away with calling it the final cut and then uploading? Like somebody in Amazon Prime was just like doing the wrong things, putting
Oh, that's not in the final cut?
No narration.
I did the same thing. I rented it on Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, Netflix had the correct one.
Netflix had a correct one?
Pretty
got duped.
sure.
I know, no,
Also-
Ralph, I got duped too because it said when I purchased it, it was final cut right there at the top.
I
But
guess we'll learn what was not in the final cut.
Yeah. I had the Blu-ray, so I was fine.
Did you also read the book,
Physical
Jake?
Media.
Yeah.
I had the-
You did read the book?
I did not read the book. No, not for this one.
Oh.
No, I didn't do my homework this time.
However,
You're telling me they cut out the noir over the narration. The Harrison Ford narration was cut out.
That's right.
so if I can refer to our infamous sci-fi spectacle flowchart from last year, as you can see, Philip K. Dick was the author of both We Can Remember It For You Wholesale and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which then served as the inspiration for Blade Runner, and Can You Remember It Wholesale was the inspiration for Total Recall. And RoboCop, another movie that we watched, was actually inspired by Blade Runner because the guy who was at the set and was like, whoa, people hunting robots, that's crazy. What if a robot hunted a human? Bam.
That's a really good. I feel like you should post that on social media, like on the stories. I would love to share that on my stories because I mean, honestly, that was really good, Noah.
Thank you very much. Well, I will happily send that to y'all's later on.
Yeah, well, that flowchart you can get in a scanner, or is it too big?
What'd you say, Scanner? Oh, I thought you were talking about Scanner Darkly.
No, not that one.
Or you could save it for when you teach this course at university when you become a film, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for my old school to call me up and be like,
Can you fax it to me?
yeah. Send me your number. Email me
Yeah,
your number and I'll fax it to
because
you.
then let's get it even older so that I can make mimeograph copies of it.
What?
You want to put it on my
And then sniff the paper. For those who remember mimeographs and used to sniff the paper, you know that subtle joy. You know the subtle joy as a kid back in the day. That's it. It's a petroleum product that used to make copies with
Mike
it.
Brian used to get by off of mimeograph paper. Anybody else have any?
That was cut from the director's release when the guy at the end, the replicant's giving his speech, is like, I've seen things you wouldn't believe. I smelled petroleum-based, photographs.
Yeah.
All right, how many
Yep.
of you guys was this their first time watching this?
I haven't seen it in a long time. I think I saw this like when I was a little kid or something because I don't remember much. I'm gonna be
Okay,
honest.
Jake, have you seen this before?
I've seen it before. The first time I saw it was maybe a little over 10 years ago. I was in my friend's basement. We were watching it in the dark, but the audio on the TV was terrible, so I couldn't make out what any of the characters were saying. So I had to revisit. I had to revisit a couple years later. Yeah.
All right, Noah.
Yes, I have seen this multiple times, multiple different versions, so it's okay that I effed up and watched the wrong one on Amazon. But no, I love this movie. I'm not going to give any indication of what I will be ranking it, but I did used to fall asleep listening to the soundtrack.
Oh, the soundtrack is so good. So good. The soundtrack is all right. Brian, what about your first time?
Saw it in theaters when it came out with my friend Bert. Saw it a couple of times in theaters. Owned the soundtrack on both cassette and on CD when it went to CDs, and also owned DVDs of the movies as well. So
Nice. I remember
And you had the 8-track. The 8-track.
they didn't have the 8-track of that version. I'm sure that they did have VHS copies of it though.
No vinyl.
No, they did the soundtrack in vinyl actually back in the day, but I bought cassette instead.
I remember watching this for the first time with my dad, and he was explaining, like, I was really young, so I kind of didn't fully grasp the entire concept. And when he explained it to me and explained to me that Rachel was a robot, I, like, towards the end of the movie, and like she didn't know she was a robot, I really freaked out and I was really messed up for like a few weeks. And I kept asking my dad, how do I know I'm real? And this movie really made me question, am I real? You know, and what makes you real? And how was she real and not, or how was she a robot but didn't know it because she was so real? So this movie really messed with my mind as like a young kid.
We should break it to you right now, Krystle. We should break it to you right now.
Yeah.
You are not real. None of us are. So.
Well, that's the point of the movie. None of us are.
No.
You know.
Well, what's he say at the end? You know, how long do you live, or how long do any of us?
It's too bad she won't live, but then again, who does?
Yeah.
Best line ever. I actually like that line more than the tears line.
There we go.
It's too bad she won't live.
So I will say, just talking about the endings and the different cuts. Ralph, the cut that you and I watched, the ending is completely different. So they actually, fun fact, did you know? So in the theatrical cut, it's called the happy ending. So Ridley Scott didn't want to do the happy ending. The studio forced him to do the happy ending. And it's literally them driving away into the sunset. And he has the line where he's like, they said that Rachel would only live 4 years, but they were wrong. She lived forever. You know, like we both lived happily ever after. So
that's so dumb.
Yeah.
That was paraphrase for you.
that was more or less the gist of it. But that footage was actually unused footage from the opening of The Shining, when they're driving up the hills to go to the hotel. And they've got all that woods and forests and stuff. So Ridley Scott called up Kubrick and was like, yo, studio's being a real jerk. You got any like stock footage I could use? And he was like, yeah, dude, I got like hours of helicopter footage. Go.
Oh my God.
So wait, what was the actual ending then that I missed? Now I didn't even know the ending.
Would someone who watched the real version like to?
Yes. So the real ending is, I'm assuming it's the one that the rest of us watched. Harrison Ford knows that she's not going to live forever. She's only got 4 years. And so when he first goes in there, he actually thinks she's dead. And then he finds out that she still has a little bit of life left. And they kind of, you know, they go off together, just like through a door. And he finds the unicorn, which is like my favorite part of the entire film. Because, you know, he's got the unicorn dream. And then when he walks off with her, he sees the origami unicorn. And then he starts really questioning, okay, this is a dream that I've had that I've told no one else about. And so he's starting to think that his boss gave him that unicorn to signify that he himself is a replicant. And so, you know, he remembers the voice saying like, too bad she won't live. But then again, who does? And it's kind of like, it's the whole point of the film, which is really, you know, you're only living if you choose to live. Otherwise, you are, in fact, a robot in this mundane cog, you know, this corporate life that we've created for ourselves. And I think that was, it's the best line of any film. A lot of people love the tear quote, the tears that turn into rain, you know, and I think that's not the quote that needs to be remembered. Like my favorite quote of this film is definitely the ending quote, because it really showcases like what the entire film is about, personally.
I think also the unicorn symbolizes that she was a one of a kind. That she was a one.
True.
Her model was a one-off that Terrell built and perhaps gave her extended life. And then, if for those who then go and watch the Ryan Gosling Blade Runner 2049, it continues the story there as to what happened, and it gets even more weird in that sense.
I get it. So if he was a replicant in this one, and she was, because she returns in 2049 too, correct?
I mean, not really. I mean, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the movie yet. So yeah, it's established like at the beginning of 2049 that she died giving birth to Deckard's child, and then they made like a copy of her that shows up very briefly near the end of the movie.
Oh, it's a copy. Okay.
Yeah.
But if he was a replicant, wouldn't he be dead by now? Or we just don't know because he could have had an extended life.
So if you're taking in the second film, then it kind of signals that he wasn't a replicant.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But Ridley Scott himself had talked, like he's done a lot of panels where he has talked about like he wanted the ending for the audiences not to know and to question it and to question if like the entire existence of mankind, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and also going off what Brian said.
And he has said that he was a replicant, by the way. Like he has verbally said he was a replicant, not in the film, but like in interviews.
Yeah, Harrison Ford said he thought his character was, right?
Yeah. But if the unicorn is supposed to like, kind of signify that Rachel is one of a kind, then that would mean like Deckard isn't one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind of. Exactly. Because she was a unicorn because she was given the head guy's niece's memories.
Right.
They were not her own memories. So yeah.
Hot take.
Did it freak anybody? Yeah. Did it freak anybody out when the movie started that it said 2019?
Yeah.
Always. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Like how far off? I mean, obviously he made the movie in 81 and it came out in 82. So in 81, they're thinking, well, 40 years from now, it's probably going to be like this. And as someone who's still waiting for a flying fucking car, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I could totally see like, oh, at least we've staved off, for the most part, overpopulation and the complete pollution of Los Angeles as it is.
Well, give it time. It'll happen.
Are you sure we don't have these? I feel like we have those. Isn't Elon making those?
He's got the cyber.
Who knows what he's making anymore?
Yeah.
We've got jetpacks that can fly only over water.
Oh, I hate.
No,
I
we have jetpacks that can fly.
I loathe modern jetpacks.
Yeah,
it's such a. Don't even get me started.
You don't like modern jetpacks. You like retro jetpacks.
I like what people in the 60s thought jetpacks would look like, but now everybody's like, oh no, it's just hydroponic. Shoot water and blah, blah.
But speaking of replicants, though, there are companies in China that actually have these very, very creepy human-looking robots, assistants, and stuff. So if there's going to be any Tyrell Corporation, it's going to be probably coming out of Asia at some point.
And I
mean,
will
Dubai
say
has
too,
crazy ones where they literally have like the ultra of like Terminator looking robots that carry weaponry and have killed children multiple times because if people get too close to their owner, they literally shoot on command. And so these robots have accidentally killed children multiple times, and they're still illegal in Dubai.
I'm gonna Google this and make sure that you didn't just watch chat.
No, you should definitely Google that. And this is old news. This is something that I found out like last year. Like this is nothing new.
Robot killing children. I have not heard of this.
In Dubai. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, a lot of my girlfriends work in the sex industry, and they go to like they go to these.
Sorry, it broke up there. Did you say you friends have what now?
My friends who are really big on OnlyFans work in that industry, and they have large sex conventions in China where the dolls are very robotic and super creepy, but very human looking. Like, it's so weird. I mean, it's really only available to like the ultra rich right now, but
hang on a second. I gotta get on my United account. China, what city in China?
I highly recommend.
What time of the year is this thing?
Follow Hollywood.
Weird facts there. All right, let's get back to Blade Runner because
I'm just thankful I wasn't drinking when she said that quote. I'm like, what?
It's true.
But I do like to imagine, like, you go to the convention and you just see these like robot women that are just like they're just like gyrating, like that's crazy.
All right, Noah. All right, what's the next one?
like an old fashioned 1950s weight loss.
All right, Noah. All right, so your favorite characters in the film.
What do you guys think this movie? Okay. Anyway.
Like its head shoots off.
I don't know what's happening.
Favorite characters. Are we on characters?
I don't know where we are. Plot discussion.
Yay!
Plot. No more sex work talk and no more robot talks.
So actually, and Brian, you were there, so you can kind of tell us more. But when this movie came out, I think a lot of people liked the aesthetic of it, but a lot of people left thinking that it was lacking story. Again, I think it had the original ending in the theater. Did it have the original ending in the theater where they drove off happy?
Yeah, where they flew off into the beautiful countryside.
Okay, so with that ending, do you think that this has a good plot?
Well, first of all, I did read the Philip K. Dick book, and so it's inspired by it. It's not the book, and so I think
was that the robots dream of
right
electric
robots dream of electric sheep. If you boil the plot down to its core, I mean, it literally is just a whodunit, who's murdered it, who's murdering people, and then you're trying to find the killers, while it's also a blend of Frankenstein's monster coming back to, either be given, longer life or killing their creator. So there's a lot of things going on plot wise. I don't think a movie like this has such a tremendous cult following, and it was revered as being way ahead of its time when it came to filmmaking style and storytelling and all the sets and special effects and whatnot. So I think story-wise, it holds up. The fact that we are talking about a movie that predicted the future of 2019, here we are in 2024, still talking about the film, I think holds water, that the story holds up. He had just gotten done with another phenomenal movie, Alien, which came out in 78 or 79. And then to go on and make this unbelievable movie is a testament to a filmmaker that Ridley is.
Yeah. What year did the final cut come out?
I think it was like 2007 or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. And 2019 is when Blade Runner 2049 came out? When did Blade Runner 2049 come out?
2017?
2017, yeah.
Okay, 2017. Okay.
Wait till we catch up to that year. Jesus.
Yeah. And they're making another one. Well, it's going to be a TV series, but they're doing Blade Runner 2099.
Oh, remember all the Marvel comics in 2099?
Yeah, you're gonna have
Netflix. Is that Netflix or what?
Amazon.
I wonder if they'll lie to us about the ending of that too.
Amazon's either a real hit or a real miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rings of Power.
I like Rings of Power.
Of course you do, Jake.
Fallout. Fallout was decent.
Did anyone catch the opening eye? Like a huge nod to Big Brother 1984.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that.
Right there. This one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Big Brother's always watching.
Always watching. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, again, I've never read the book, but I know the movie doesn't really do the best job of like really explaining the kind of world that they inhabit. Like I think the book, and people in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong. Like the book really like kind of hammers the point home that this is a world ravaged by environmental decay. Like like most species of animals are extinct, and like the movie kind of touches on that, just like with the eyes of, or like with the, especially like with the opening shot of LA kind of in flames. Like you see all the towers that are like just burping.
Yeah, there's not a patch of greenery in this entire film.
Right.
I mean, and then it shows you, I think it does a really good job of showing decay, actually. Like I actually have not read the book, and just from watching the films, like you can tell that the city has kind of been built on top of old layered empty buildings with like newer stuff kind of just being piled on top of it. And with the animals, I think they do an amazing job. Like you've got the owl, like the nod to Cleopatra's owl, is that correct? And then, you know, the snake, which, you know, if I could afford a real snake, I wouldn't be working here.
That's right.
So,
well, also, I mean, it's sorry to interrupt. It's also, you know, pointing out the shit runs downhill, where people who could afford to live a luxurious lifestyle are living off planet. And then
I love the blip.
And B, if you are rich enough and yet still need to be on Earth, you are living in the higher levels of what's going on, where you have a view, which is not unlike what happens in modern cities today. The
New York.
higher you up on floors, the more affluent you usually are. And the more poor you are, the 79 square foot apartment that you live with 3 roommates is your option.
Or a coffin, the coffin apartments.
Coffin apartments in Japan.
If you guys do not know what that is, please look it up on YouTube for an hour. You're welcome.
There's the Kafka apartment.
Is this the same as the robots killing little kids in Dubai? Because I can't find that.
I will send you links to both.
Yeah. Krystle, I love you, but I'm very convinced that you just watched Chappie.
Oh my God, no.
Whoa, this is horrible.
No, I do love Chappie. I do love Chappie. But no, I will send you guys links. It's wild.
Please.
Noah, get a hold of this. What do we format wise?
Yeah. Let's steer this
We're off the rails.
Talk plot discussion a little bit. Let's break down characters. So clearly you've got Deckard, and we kind of talked about, you know, whether or not he is a replicant. Harrison Ford, another iconic. You've got Han Solo, Indiana Jones, the President of the United States, and now the Blade Runner. You know, I think Harrison Ford just this is one of his. Yeah, get off my plane.
And what's his name from? What's the guy? The spy's name? The spy.
The spy. Gaff. Which one?
He played an iconic role from the books. I can't think of somebody.
Well, maybe I'm thinking of The Fugitive. Is that what you're thinking of?
No, not The Fugitive. Clear and Present Danger.
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. There it is. Thank you. Jack Ryan. Yeah,
but
he's played a lot of iconic.
She would tell us who they had considered hiring or auditioning for the role.
For Jack Ryan?
No, for Blade Runner. Like, I can't see anybody else other than Harrison Ford doing this. I'm glad that they got Ryan Gosling for the sequel, because I think that he's got some Harrison Ford energy.
Yeah, he was good.
I love her hair after she flips upside down. So ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, in Clerks 3, we did a nod to Pris. The Trevor character dresses up as Pris in one of the scenes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that, what scene was that?
In the original Clerks?
No, Clerks 3. There's a scene where the character of Trevor is going through kind of like a antichrist kind of version of life, and he constantly switching characters. And one of the characters' looks was the look of Chris with the black smoky eye and blah blah blah. And the character doesn't even know that it's Blade Runner, because Randall's like, "Ooh, Blade Runner, nice," and he's like, "What's Blade Runner?"
Right. That's fine. What's Blade Runner? Yes. What was? Yes.
We're talking about
we're character.
Character still, yeah.
Who else was? That's my question. Who else was up for Deckard? Do we know?
Who else was up for the role?
Yeah, it was always
Good
Harrison
question.
Ford.
And chat, tell us your favorite characters from Blade Runner. I'd like to know what characters
Deckard.
were you drawn to and why.
Deckard.
I mean, I obviously loved Rachel a ton. Yeah. And I loved her death scene. Because that's when you start to see Harrison Ford really start to question if what he's doing is right or not. Like, you can see the remorse on his face after she dies.
Zora. Yeah.
And can you believe that was the wife of Roger Rabbit?
Really?
Yeah, that actress is the wife of in Roger Rabbit.
Ah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, in the version that I watched with the voiceover, Harrison Ford does a. Well, I will say
not Kathleen Turner. Sorry, someone said Kathleen Turner. I meant she was the one who was hitting on Eddie, the detective.
Right, Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit was played by Kathleen Turner.
So Dustin Hoffman was originally cast as Deckard. Thought it was somebody else.
That would have been horrible.
That's hard to imagine.
I mean, who knows? But I feel like
he was going to play it as Rain Man, which was equally so. He was going to actually do Rain Man Deckard. They decided at the last minute that was not. They weren't going to do that. I made that part up, just in case you're wondering. But it was going to be Dustin Hoffman. Rutger Hauer.
I loved how Rutger played this role.
Yeah, he was great. He was good.
What other movies was he in the 80s?
Ooh, Flesh and Blood.
Remember The Hitcher?
The Hitcher. Lady Hawk.
Nighthawks.
I don't think I've seen a lot of those.
Me neither.
Surviving the Game. Seen that?
I haven't seen that either. What?
Ice-T. They hunt Ice-T down.
Okay.
They let Ice-T loose in the woods and they hunt him.
Checker, Lady Hawk. I don't think I've seen any of those. What? I like
The Hitcher's a good movie.
Hitcher's a really good movie. You'll see C. Thomas Howell in a whole new light from his usual kind of movie.
I'll write that down. The Hitcher. I don't think I've even heard of that one, which is like
He's like a serial killer gets picked up by C. Thomas Howell.
okay.
And then Lady Hawk's like a medieval fantasy movie.
Oh, okay.
Scott thinks you would like that one.
Okay, Lady Hawk. Writing these both down.
Nighthawks was. Did you ever see Nighthawks with Sylvester Stallone?
That's another good one.
You ever see Silverhawks, the cartoon? That's terrible.
No.
Rutger Hauer. Is Rutger Hauer in it? Or
Oh my god.
anything with Hawk in it? Oh no,
His brother Ethan. and who can forget their cousin Howard?
Oh my gosh, y'all are ridiculous.
All right,
yeah,
characters.
I love Roy's character. Roy Batty, I feel like is just he does such a good job of playing. Like, you start off and you feel like, he doesn't have like any remorse for killing like all those people that he's killed. And then throughout the entire film, seeing his character, really his character and Harrison Ford's character just both change at the same time. Like, he has remorse for killing humans, while you see Harrison have remorse for killing robots, replicants. And, I love the pinnacle scene where like right before he dies, he sees that Harrison Ford is trying to hang on for his dear life with like broken fingers, and he understands that they feel the same. And I think Harrison, like that moment where they both understand each other, and then he's holding that white dove, like the sign of like life and like the pureness of life. And then when he, gives up, I guess, or lets himself die, and having that bird like ascend into the sky is just, what a beautiful scene. I love that scene. The characters were just really well done in this film.
The Amazon version completely undermines that scene by then having the voiceover go, "I don't know why he saved me. I guess I never will."
Yeah, that's right.
That's
horrible.
That's like some Shawshank Redemption shit right there.
That's bad.
Shawshank Redemption at least used it well.
Yeah, they used it well. It doesn't work here. But what was?
Oh, the creator. What was his name in the movie, Brian?
Terrell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who wants to talk about Terrell? What are your thoughts on him?
Those are some ugly glasses.
Not his visual looks, his character.
Well, they're like trifocals. They're magnifying when you look below them.
Right.
I think that's someone that easily could be an older version of an Elon Musk. It's these type of people who, are just doing things to do them, to see what they can push the limits of, creativity and stuff like that. So, I don't slight Terrell. Terrell, he was filling a need. If they needed people or robots to do dangerous things off world on other planets, just because the frame of his robots are very human, with an advanced brain that, they learn emotions. And it's said in the film that after a couple of years, they started to couldn't handle the emotions that they were feeling. So they limited them to 4 years before they could build up more and more emotions about things. Thus, the test to see if you're a replicant is to trigger an emotional response.
Talking about the test, in the final cut, Rachel asks Harrison Ford if he's ever done the test, and he says no, which is also really awesome.
Or does he actually answer the question?
I think he says no. Pretty sure he says no. I'm not 100%. I was building Lego while watching.
I don't remember if he answers. I don't think he answers. I don't think so.
Chat, what do these chats say? Let me know.
Krystle, do you think you could make a Lego version of the Tyrell building?
Yeah, super easy.
Oh, please do.
Do
Do
it in my sleep.
I could do that like micro scale. I could do that in any scale.
That's
what a waste of
guys.
What
a waste of brick. Everybody knows if you're gonna do anything, you're gonna you got to build the car.
Car,
life
Krystle,
size
scale. We'll give that away.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
We built a go-kart. It was really ugly.
Can you build a flying car? Yes or no?
Yeah.
A flying car? No, definitely not.
Flying Lego car.
Way too heavy. Way too heavy.
Right,
So
fine,
maybe
whatever.
one of y'all might know this question, but did they ever explain, like, was there a significance to, like, oh, these robots work better because we gave them emotions and because we gave them feelings? Like, there's an advantage to making them think that they're humans or making them human-like?
I don't remember one, but if I had to guess, my guess would just be what.
If you're gonna give,
Makes no sense.
no, I think it's just interaction with actual humans, to understand how humans come to their decision making. I think is something that if you put into an AI situation, they would need to figure out. Oh, I think I'm making this human unhappy. I think they're demonstrating, emotions to this response. So I think if you input that into an artificial intelligence, they can then deduce
Yeah.
when a human is being emotional or not.
What was the Robin Williams movie? Was it called AI with Robin Williams?
Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man. Oh my god! If you,
Wow,
that was
wait a Jake with the pull. Bicentennial Man. Jeez.
that movie was like way ahead of its time. Also,
I was
And
obsessed with that movie when I was a kid when it first came out because like I saw the Robin Williams robot on the cover of a magazine in a grocery store. I was like, oh shit, this looks like the coolest movie ever.
it was
And then it
amazing.
came out and it wasn't.
No, what? It
I-
was
I
amazing.
like
I feel like that movie
I
like
will say-
definitely does not get as much praise as it should get.
AI
I cried so hard.
with the Spielberg's AI was not bad. It was a
No.
little weird.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Little Haley Joel Osment as a little robot boy.
Mhm.
I feel like Bicentennial Man
And then
has like, a lot.
what was the one?
Robin Williams. Sorry, go ahead.
What was the one? PAX. What was that one?
K-Pax.
Wasn't there a
Oh,
robot?
with-
K-PAX?
There's no
Yeah.
robot. No.
No, that
That's
was
in-
Kevin Spacey as an alien.
Yeah, he claims to be an alien. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just remembered
Space.
Robin Williams actually had a cameo in the Spielberg AI. He was like the voice of that like what was it like a holographic projection of something.
Who? Who was it?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the scene where like Haley Joel Osment and Jude Law, they're like kind of like talking to this like projection. I forget what the
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they? Yeah, that was a weird. That movie had two distinct halves to it.
It did.
Kind of depressing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Back to Blade Runner.
What about this
I mean,
character?
Blade Runner is
What happened to
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
also the guy who was in Big Trouble in Little China. What is his name?
Oh,
He was the ice
uh,
guy. He was the ice guy here.
James Hong.
Yes, I love him.
Oh yeah, he was the eye engineer, right?
Eye
Yeah.
engineer.
Yeah.
Yes.
The eye guy. He's the eye guy. I got an eye guy.
Eye guy.
I got an eye guy.
That makes more sense. I was building really heavily during the
You need an eye. I got an eye guy.
guy.
Hmm.
He's like,
I also got an E guy, I got an A guy, and an O guy, and a sometimes Y guy.
oh my
Oh,
They
Oh,
call
man.
them the actually, yeah, that's the next Zenescope book. It's the secret soldiers called the Vowels.
the alphabet.
I thought it was gonna be the wise guys.
The wise guy.
Wise guys.
Jesus.
The wise guys.
Okay.
Yeah, on that note.
Favorite scenes. We got off topic.
Yeah.
Scenes. Scenes. I don't know. Scenes. What do you say about scenes?
I don't know.
They're good.
The robots-
There's some good scenes. I
Wow.
thought the scenes were good.
Well,
Anybody-
my favorite scene is obviously the very end,
Yeah.
like the
Very
very
end.
last scene.
You love the end. Rutger Hauer becoming
I think-
almost becoming human at
All
the end.
those
and then
moments we lost in
dying.
time, like tears in the rain.
And
Black dust in the wind.
but that monologue was actually really different in the original script, and then I think Rutger Hauer saw it and he just didn't think it was working the way it was written, so he just kind of like cut out a whole bunch of words and made it his own. I actually have it right here.
I would like to know that actually.
Can I
Yeah,
say
all the
Decker
guys-
wasn't very
Well, okay, so
Decker-
Jen's here too. So see, a lot of people, the tears in the rain is their favorite scene.
Everybody loves the Tears in the Rain. I
Yeah.
want to say that Decker wasn't that good at his job.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Really?
He found a scale.
Yeah, he
I don't
found a
know.
little stool in the bathtub.
Computer enhance.
He tracked it all the way to the
Grease.
strip club.
I think he
Computer
could have been
enhance.
better.
Back out.
Could have been.
Okay,
Doesn't
chat.
matter.
What is your favorite scene? Noah, what is your
I
favorite?
think my favorite scene. Okay, sorry. I think my favorite scene is when he hunts down Zora, when he goes through the whole trail of finding the club owner who could afford, artificial snake skin kind of scales, then finds that she's dancing and he hangs out, and then he plays this nerdy investigator from the morality police, whatever it was. And
Holes in the wall.
plays this whole different role to find out, and then she susses it out, gives him a couple of punches, knocks him down, and that whole chase scene, that whole segment from beginning to end is definitely one of my favorite scenes in this movie.
Dude, her like choke Nice hand.
Yeah, right in the throat.
Yeah.
Kind of teaches you that.
He gets beat up a lot by the replicants. That's why I don't think he's a replicant. Because he's not good at fighting.
I mean, replicants are supposed to have like enhanced strength, right?
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
fair.
getting that to
fair.
prove that he's not a replicant.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
My
pretty.
theory.
That's
That's
pretty
my
good.
theory.
Unless he's like Rachel and doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never bought the theory that he was one.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, not to sidetrack. I was just wondering. He kept getting beat up. That's all.
Harrison's Ford voice, when he does the nerdy voice, it's so hard for me to keep a straight face. I love that. It's like I don't think he does that voice in any other film ever. Like it's hilarious and so.
Yeah, it was weird hearing it. You're like, that's Harrison Ford making.
Well, I love it. I loved him in The Last Crusade, where he pretends to be a Scottish lord when he gets into the Nazi castle, and he's like, "I'm here to look for the tapestries," and he starts going around. It's pretty funny.
Great. That's like probably one. That's up there with the best Indiana Jones.
That's my favorite one.
Last Crusade. I think it might be my favorite as well.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Jake.
Cool.
All right, Jake, what's your favorite scene?
Yeah, I love the ending. I also love like when Decker first meets Rachel. I feel like like the tension in that scene really like kind of makes it work, and plus the lighting, especially like when the lights are going down in the room. And I also have to say that I guarantee you, Sean Young, she must have inspired a lot of people to smoke after this came out. Because I mean, look how cool she looks. I mean, smoking by itself, don't do it; it's bad for you. But like, just look at this.
Unless you only cool people smoke.
Don't do it; it's bad for you.
Yeah.
But
don't do it; it's bad for you.
It look like Sean Young doing it. If you're gonna take up smoking, do it like Sean Young or Don Draper from Mad Men.
Do you guys know the story? Yeah. Do you guys know the story about how Sean Young tried to play Catwoman in Batman Returns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was like really. I think this is after Michelle Pfeiffer was already cast. So what happened was she made her own Catwoman suit, and then while they were filming, she literally like jumped the fence to get into the Warner Brothers lot, and she went looking for Tim Burton and Michael Keaton. And she had a walkie-talkie on her to try and figure out their exact location, but everybody thought it was a gun. So, like, I guess now everybody thinks she's just a crazy person.
She then showed up on Jay Leno and pled her case on Jay Leno.
It does sound like she is crazy. Well,
I got to be in an in-studio podcast show with her in New York City, and she's quite a lovely lady, actually. Yes, she has her idiosyncrasies, I would say, but still a beautiful woman, very talented, not utilized enough. Definitely probably was blackballed at some point after that stunt, so to speak. But she also went through a lot. If the Me Too era was going on back then, I'm sure something probably came up at that point with her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to probably say that about half of
anybody in the 80s and 90s, right?
Yeah. But speaking of Me Too, I have to ask this question. How did everybody feel about when
Such a rape scene.
Did you say great scene or rape scene? I couldn't hear.
Rape. R-A-P-E.
Oh, rape.
Oh,
rape. Yes. This was, I just watched this with Twitch and I cringed so incredibly hard. Yeah. Because she's literally at first telling him no, and he is straight up telling her to tell me you want this. Yeah. Tell me you want to do this. And I was like, oh, they couldn't do this scene today.
And she's in like such a vulnerable state. Like she just found out that she's not a real person.
Exactly.
He's taking advantage of her. Like I felt like,
oh, not a real person.
Well, still.
Wow, Brian.
Wait. Do ethics then pertain?
Doesn't have the same rights as us humans.
The whole point of the movie is that
it doesn't matter if she's real or not, Brian.
The point was it does matter. You could take advantage of that.
Are dudes raping their love dolls?
Let's go to the
That is
convention
your
and ask them.
Or they're Japanese. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you
I'm just
raising your
I'm
love
just
song?
stirring. I'm just stirring the drink. I don't.
Get that
But
pot stirred.
That was my least
Do you
favorite.
get consent
Scene.
from your love doll?
Least favorite scene.
But I knew it was going to come up when I'm watching the scene again. I'm like, oh, they're going to talk about how this scene won't be able to be done. And then I went, but she is a replicant. So,
But the whole point of the movie is that it doesn't
Where
matter.
do you guys fall on this scene? Let us know. Or do you agree?
I think,
Well,
in fact, one of the
Brian.
quotes is quite an experience to live in fear, isn't it? That's what it's like to be a slave. And I feel like that scene is extremely fitting for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt the same way watching this scene as I did watching like the first Rocky, and Rocky brings Adrian up to his apartment for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, she's clearly not feeling it, but she's like,
I haven't seen Rocky in like 20 years.
oh well, that's what
Maybe
happens
you could let me in Rocky.
in Rocky.
Yeah.
He doesn't rape her.
It just doesn't seem very consensual.
They get there though.
So then,
They got there.
You shut up.
I feel like it's fair for all of you guys to maybe not weigh in on this one.
so is Sebastian a slave owner?
Which one, Sebastian?
I mean,
Sebastian, he was the toy maker. He made his friends. Thus, is he a slave owner?
Correct. And if you in this instance, yes, to the toys that have sentient feeling, like yes, because they are feeling like they are slaves. But then it goes back to the whole plot of the story, like work hard, something better awaits you, like what the blimp is telling everyone. And it's kind of like capitalism today, like just keep putting in the hours, work that 9 to 5, get that bag, you'll be,
So this kind of World War I German helmet wearing soldier toy, he's just plotting the murder of Sebastian there, isn't he? His
That's
freedom.
Blade Runner 2099.
His slave
Does
master.
I'm just realizing like the Geppetto Pinocchio parallels right now.
Right.
I mean, he's looking at the nose.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Maybe it's like a father-son type of dynamic.
He needs a robot's veil.
That brings us to special effects.
Okay.
Speaking of the nose.
Speaking of
the nose.
The special effects hold up very, very well.
They really do,
Yeah.
especially considering the
1982.
date of this film.
1982, they look great.
They look spectacular.
They look decent today.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a scene that like doesn't really hold up visual effects wise.
No, it holds up. I find that everything holds up very, very well. Now, look, obviously, it was the flat screen technology wasn't around yet to be utilized as much. So they are CRT TVs and whatnot. But otherwise, everything else holds up amazingly.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it's practical too. Like the scene with like the hover car kind of taking off, and there's like this cloud of smoke like billowing below it. I mean,
most of it's
that's
practical.
not CGI. It's like a miniature or something, right?
Most of it, yeah. And this movie is where like a lot of the cyberpunk fandom, I feel like this is definitely in like the top 5 films that people kind of
go
for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so credit to Sid Mead, who was like the concept artist. He also worked on what else did he do? He did Tron, he did Aliens, he did 2010, and Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Fun fact: Amy and I from season 1 on Lego Masters, on episode 5, I think it was. We built a cyberpunk city, and while we were building it, we kept talking about wanting to do like a big TV on the side from Blade Runner. We ran out of time, and but our big cyberpunk city, if you go back and watch it, has a lot to do with this film. So, yay!
Yay! Can you give that away today?
I'm just trying to see if I can find it on Google Images real quick.
Our cyberpunk city.
Yeah.
Episode 5, season 1. Krystle and Amy's cyberpunk city.
Oh, I remember that one.
I loved it. I loved it.
Hmm.
But yeah. Did this impact y'all's life in any way?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was so crazy ahead of its time for a 12-year-old to be like, holy shit. Um, and to think that, wow, you know, the thought of by 2016, could there be synthetic humans? The possibility was there. There was so many things being brought forth in the 80s that were like, holy shit, we got this. Holy shit, we're doing that. And even today, like the speed of processing and the miniaturization of the processing actual hardware, you can't help but think like, oh fuck, we could really be going somewhere pretty quickly. You know, if the planet doesn't kill us off first,
We
or
don't
we
kill the
destroy
planet first.
we destroy it. It was funny. Neil deGrasse Tyson said this the best. He says, "Oh, we have to save the planet." And he's like, "The planet's gonna be here. What you want to do is save your environment, save what keeps you alive. Because the planet, whether there's air on this planet or not, the planet will be here until the sun goes supernova and goes gas giant first and burns everything to a cinder. So, planet will always be here."
Fun fact for all you like science nerds. They found another planet. NASA found a planet that humans can actually possibly inhabit.
Sweet. See in 600 years when we have the technology to get there.
Right? Yeah. Nowhere near, but it's the first planet with like water and stuff and oxygen.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Krystle, this was
robots.
First one there gets.
Hey, that's it.
Whoa.
Hell yeah. Noah, send me that. I don't even think I have that photo.
No, yeah, I will.
What were the tubes?
So the tubes were at this point it's being attacked by an alien invasion. So that is an alien ship coming around, and you have the big robot Tober on top of that. Tober is my favorite robot name ever because it's literally robot spelled backwards. And so a lot of my robots were named Tober growing up.
Krystle, did you ever have, or are you familiar with the Lego Mission to Mars play set?
I am familiar with. I do not have that one.
It had these like air pumps that came with it that you would like shoot little Lego minifigures through, and they would navigate their little spaceship through those tanks.
Yeah.
My mom broke it. Mom,
those are expensive now. Those are really expensive.
Sounds like some therapy for you there, Noah.
Yeah, this is it. We're doing it right now.
And then my mom broke it.
My mom broke my Mars Lego set.
Okay. Before we spin out, we have to get our ratings.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to look
Let's
at
look at the last ones.
It's so colorful.
See where we're at.
So that's what I started to say. So first off, Spaceballs has our highest cadet score. So the general public has given it an average of 4.6, making the film itself a 3.8, which is by far the highest that we have.
It's crushing the competition this year.
Well done.
I'm very happy that Spaceballs is the one that's winning.
Yeah.
Spaceballs is crushing. Go and look at Krystle's score.
I know.
And look at Never Ending Story. Boom.
I do like, though, you can clearly see like Krystle, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Hellraiser, right down there.
I got in so much shit, you guys, because of our podcast. I went to Frightmare, and people who have watched us on here found me at Frightmare to bitch at me for not liking Hellraiser.
I'm waiting for
Thanks,
Doug.
guys.
I'm waiting for Bradley to come up to you like, how did you not like my movie?
I will start.
Oh yeah, chat. Tell us yours in comments.
How's yours? I go 3.75. Final answer.
3.75 Blade Runners.
3.75 replicants.
That was about to say,
Yeah,
right?
you
Replicants
gave-
are better.
Gave Blade Runner 3.75 Blade Runners.
Thank you. 3.75. I liked it. It was good. I wouldn't say it's a phenomenal. For the time, it was probably at the time, if I was grading it when I was a kid, I probably would say 5. 3.75. I know everybody's going higher. So I have to beat.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
You're all going high.
Yeah.
I know Krystle's going high. I have a
You
feeling
don't know
Brian.
that.
So who wants to go next? Short and sweet. We're over time. Who's going? Just give me your score.
I'll go next.
Boom.
Brian,
5.
yeah, Brian and I are both giving it 5s.
I'll
Five.
try to find
5s.
Hmm.
Triple 5s. This is a
Krystle,
fucking
All right, Noah, keep it real. We got 3.5 to 3.75. I mean, Jake, keep it real.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Right. See, I'm torn between 3.5 and 3.75.
Oh, well, then
Boom.
just fucking pick.
I love it. It's a visual piece. I love the score. I love the atmosphere. The visual effects still hold up. The story, I mean, it did leave something to be desired. People aren't going to like this, but I really do think Blade Runner 2049 is the superior film.
Well, it has Ryan
Well,
Gosling.
that's nothing out of the ordinary because Empire Strikes Back is the superior Star Wars movie. So I give you that.
Well, that's true, but this one,
You gave it a 5, so you're saying there's nothing better than a 5.
2049, I think. It was better than it had any right to be, mainly because it came out decades later, and it features all new characters mostly.
We're not rating that movie. We're rating Blade Runner.
No, I know.
All right, give us a Blade Runner rate. All right, so 3 point.
He's gonna do 3.75. That's what Jake decided.
Is that what
He
that-
gave me your
3.75. 3.75. All right.
It
Don't
took
get
too
into it.
long to give me your score.
You
3.75.
got to realize
There's
you won't
no
have
way this-
2040. You won't have 2049 without this. This is the OG.
Okay.
No
So-
way this should be.
Okay.
Should have 3 5s. 3 5. But Marilyn's not here to keep it grounded. She would have given it.
I know, she would have been like 2.1. So come on.
yes,
She
she
would have
would.
hated it. She would have hated this freaking movie.
I'd be curious to know Marilyn's favorite movies.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
I really do give this a 5 because, like I said earlier, this is one of the first
Krystle.
sci-fi movies that seriously effed with my brain as a kid and made me really believe that I might not be real. So
You're definitely
there's
not
that.
real.
That means-
Okay.
yeah.
Let's get the giveaway. We have the giveaway. We have the covers. Noah, take it away.
All right. So first, let's take a look at those covers. Everybody ready?
Cover
And first cover.
There we go.
Yay!
Bam! Elias.
Mm-hmm.
Chatzoudis nails it out of the park.
He nailed the smoke.
Is the dragon in the smoke?
So I think the dragon
Good
was
question,
more
actually.
of
I don't think so.
Sun's
I
thing.
don't think it's that.
No, I think it's a tattoo on her bibs.
Her baboo.
Her boobs. Her left bib.
To see her nipples, get the Z-rated version. They will come.
Yeah.
They will come with it. Will come without the Z-rated bar. I promise.
Link for that has been thrown into the comments section.
Thrown into the comments.
Before we run out of time,
the winner.
I do have to just quickly announce the winner of last month's campaign. As you guys were aware, we were trying to get 100 likes by May 29th. I am happy to inform you that we got the 100 likes that we were looking for. So the winner will be going home with that 9.8 CGC Sun Kumanaki, as well as a very pristine autographed photo of Clerks signed by Brian and Marilyn. Brian and Marilyn.
I want one of those. That was really nice of you guys to do that as well, and
Not at all.
to ship it around to several different places to get it signed.
Bi-coastal. That's a signed bi-coastal photo.
It's been across the country.
Yes.
So the person who will be getting the famed traveling photograph is none other than Dracus O'Dracus.
Oh boy.
Dracus 304, not to be confused with Dracus 303.
Dracus O'Dracus 304.
Dracus 304. If you're 303, don't try to claim that prize. Only 304. Okay. And the bell rings for Dracus
I wonder if that's an area.
Oh, and next month we are giving away the Lego set. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Well, the Lego set is going to be, but they needed to like the. We need
Well,
to hit
so
a
let me tell you, because we do have our next campaign set up. So, that's very nice.
Look at this thing.
Look at how big it is. It's like a $65 set,
Crystal
you
picked
guys.
out the most expensive set for us to buy. So there you go.
I was trying to keep it to budget, man.
I was not.
Don't worry, Crystal paid for it too. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I have to reimburse her still. That's my fault. I'm on it, Crystal.
So the original plan was to do the Lego for next month. Do we want to switch it up and offer the Lego this month?
No.
All right. And never mind. We're sticking to the plan.
Here's what you want to do.
If you go and like the video. We've got a 9.6 graded CGC cover by Dawn McTeague, and this was part of our Cyberpunk series from a few years back, so I thought it was fitting for Blade Runner. And then you will also be getting an autographed graphic novel of the story Unbound by your very own Ralph Tedesco. I like to often sell Unbound by saying that it is a cross between Blade Runner and Blade Runner and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ready Player One's a Ready Player One vibe to it.
But it definitely got the Blade Runner aesthetic. So
it does.
So that will be our new campaign. Tune in to our next episode, which will be on June 26th to see if you win. And on June 26th, we will be reviewing Ghostbusters.
Wait, the girl one?
The 1984.
Oh, the original. Okay, cool.
I understand the confusion, though.
That's why we added the year in parentheses.
1984, the original Ghostbusters, OG Ghostbusters. None of these new Ghostbusters that have not been good yet.
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I got no interest.
Noah, what month are we giving this away?
That will be for our
July.
That will be for So we'll be initiating that during our June episode.
Okay.
We should put Little Shop of Horrors. Maybe we should put Little Shop of Horrors on the list.
We should.
Great.
But I like the rest of them, so maybe not.
Wait. That's a Mario plant. Why don't we do the Mario Brothers movie?
I love that movie, Brian. I love that movie. Like John Leguizamo one.
Yep. I would love that one.
I love that one.
We will be doing these movies. We're sticking to the plan. Ghostbusters is next. Brian's smoking.
I am gonna be real quick. I am gonna be giving. I got 2 of these, so I will be giving one of these away in June on my Twitch channel. So if you guys want to watch me build Lego, I will be giving one of these. I'll announce the date on Instagram.
And I owe Krystle for 2 of those.
Nice.
You're just gonna have you're racking up movie club debt.
All
right, so that's what's coming up on Zenescope. What do y'all got? What are Krystle and Brian doing?
What do you guys got? Talk about.
These are the 4 for the year at the moment. Me and Marilyn will be in Reno, Nevada, the smallest, biggest city in Nevada, July 13th and 14th at the Silver Age Comic-Con. Then I'll be in, a whole bunch of us are going to be down in Kingsport, Tennessee for Smoky Mountain Fan Fest. That's in August. And then Connecticut in the Mohegan Sun for Terrific Con. And then October, Kevin is doing his own convention just outside of the airport there in Rosemont, Chicagoland area, October 13th. I love Rosemont. Yes. So if you want to come out, do that. I've put my Linktree link in the chat. By all means, hit it up to see.
There's so many Brian faces in, in the one.
And like Marilyn will also be at Chronicon as well. So
hell yeah.
There you go.
I am actually doing a USA Lego tour with Michelle, my partner from Lego Masters Australia. Our first stop is in Minnesota. So we will
Yeah.
be there in a few
Ooh.
weeks. I will post the dates on Instagram. Then we're going to be bouncing down to Florida. And then we have a bunch. I think there are going to be around like 8 states that we're going to try to hit. So keep up with Michelle and I for our USA Lego tour.
Noise.
Nice.
Yeah.
Noise.
Woohoo!
What do we got? Noah, Jake, what do we got?
We got the VIP event. Tickets are on sale now.
Is it in Vegas or is this the one of
Philly.
Philly?
This is Philly VIP event, August 23rd, 24th. Get your tickets now. We have who's coming? Elias, Chatzoudis, Keith Garvey. We have Anthony Spey. We have Drax Gal. We do have a couple more artists probably on their way that we have not announced yet. We're waiting for confirmation. Go to Zenescope.com for your tickets. /collection.
I may have to look into that weekend.
Oh, please do. That'd be great.
Right. If you want to come down, man.
Yeah.
We'll hook you up with the room.
Maybe
love
we
to have
can
you.
finally do
Or
our.
how drive to Philly? What, a couple hours maybe?
Philly is 2 hours 20 minutes for me.
Boom. Nothing. Maybe Brian O'Halloran will be joining.
Maybe there. Maybe we'll be there.
Hey, Brian, before we leave, can you smoke the cigarette one more time?
Smoke the cigarette. Do we have anything else announced coming up virtually? Virtual streams? Any convention? We have
our next
in San
upcoming.
Diego.
We've got a retailer live stream on June 4th. So if you're looking to get some sweet Diamond exclusive collectibles, as well as new releases that are just hitting the shelves, tune into our retailer live stream on Tuesday, June 4th at 4 p.m. As a friendly reminder, half of the proceeds during our retailer live streams go directly to benefit the comic book stores that we feature on the stream. So if you're looking to support your local comic book store, even if you might not live in the Rochester, New York area, tune in to Zenescope's retailer live stream Tuesday, 4 p.m.
Keeping comic book shops up and going, brick and mortar.
Lifeblood of the comic industry.
Very cool. Thank you all for joining us and giving Blade Runner the highest score ever in the history of movies.
We'll see. Marilyn might give it like 5.
Bye.
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 See you, everybody.
Thanks, Chad.
Bye.
Bye-bye.